Hello, boys and girls. Where is the game? Welcome to my daily update for Call of War New Zealand in this anonymous free-for-all version. Nothing much happened since yesterday, so if you watched last day's update, you can tell that I pushed a little bit further into southern Australia here. I have a small armored force of 4 light tanks heading northwards, cleaning out here with a scout car to the west. Since there are no cities up here, I don't expect to find much opposition, so I intend to clear this out. I have kind of scouted the border to, what is the name of this country? Queensland, up here in the north east of Australia, and I found that they have this is an anti-air gun here, which is not very good versus armored car. I was expecting to kind of launch into with just fast units overrunning, but since this is an human playable nation with 5 cities, they start with 15 infantry and a couple of 3 anti-air and I think 2 armored cars, and maybe the AI has built some more forces. So actually this is not going to be an easy overrun with my kind of limited forces. So I am marching one of my infantry stacks here, which is quite damaged. And what I noticed is that lowers its speed because of its damage. And it used to be that the only way to repair was to stand still in a high morale province, and every 24 hours you would repair it just a tiny bit. So that would take a very long time in the last version. This stack, though, with 6 infantry is not damaged at all, so what I'm thinking of doing is mixing these two and kind of averaging out the damage on them. To be honest, I'm not quite familiar with how the damage system works. There is kind of a tooltip now that wasn't in the game before. Here, damage efficiency, damage potential, damage distribution, protection, 100%. So, okay, here. Damage when attacking, defending. Armies which enter fight. Damage distribution, number 3 here. When this army receives damage from an enemy, it is distributed according to the share of units per armor class in this armor. Okay, it just says that if you have 2 types of units, it will distribute damage between them, which makes sense, of course, but that doesn't really explain how much damage goes into these 5 units. I am under the impression that, so to speak, the top unit, infantry unit number 5, receives all the damage, and when you have enough damage to kill off 1 infantry, you're left with 4 full health units. So it kind of kills off 1 unit at a time. It doesn't distribute damage between all 5 units, and they all go poof when you have 5 times the damage of 1 infantry unit. So anyway, yeah, I don't quite know exactly how the damage distribution system works. Also, you can notice my first artillery unit moving northwards from Canberra here, and I am actually producing a second one. I've also built a propaganda office, so to get the morale up, you increase the build speed, because in this new version, build speed is actually increased by 34% due to low province morale. I am upgrading the ordnance factory, so I intend to pump out level 2 artillery from this location. Artillery is quite expensive, almost 1200 goods, 1100 money. So boxes, goods might be a future problem if I want to build a lot of artillery. And the construction time is a lot longer than other units. I'm even considering building a second artillery construction unit location here in southern Australia. I'm happy with producing artillery here and keep producing light tanks and infantry in my main core territories for now and shipping them over here. Because artillery is vulnerable, a bit more expensive and slower, so it makes sense that they walked to the front from closer locations. I have a small flotilla here, one battleship and one destroyer, ready to engage this coastal. Obviously, I'm interested in taking Brisbane, which is the capital of this AI nation, because that gives resources. I think 50% of the stocked up resources. Silverton. Wait, oh, the AI built a propaganda office in the middle of nowhere. Interesting. Why would they build a propaganda in their own territories? Okay, I don't know. Oh yeah, maybe there was one or two AI infantry walking around in this area, and also I think revolt turned provinces back to AI control here, so got a little bit messy with, for example, I'm pretty sure during the night I captured Adelaide, and I think it turned back to enemy control. That would have been devastating in the old build, the old version, because that would mean every time you capture, you halve the health of the constructions in the town. Now there are no constructions here, so I don't have to worry about that. And also, they are quite a lot cheaper, not as expensive on the first couple of levels. So if you lose low-level constructions, not that big of a deal. So in a way, the idea of not having to capture towns in a certain manner, it's a good change. It's progress. I'll show you a little bit about my resource productions. It's going up to over 500, 400, 400, 600, 500, 450, but I'm not using rares a lot. So, and still food is the scarcest resource for me in this version. I think that's because New Zealand doesn't start with a single province food. Oh, maybe it does. No, it doesn't. These are all captured. So, let's see. You know, every nation now has... Oh, here it is. Wakuna has 1500 production. Yeah. Alright. So maybe I was wrong about that. You have 1, 2, 3. That's it. 3, 4. Alright, so I have 4 non-city resource provinces, as far as I can tell. 2 of them are iron. One is fuel and one is grain. That seems to be a bit randomized. No, here's another one with fuel. Okay. So, okay, maybe you get 5, the same amount as cities, but it seems to be a bit... I don't get 1 of each, like in the cities. You remember in the earlier stream I told you that you get 1 of each resource, double resource in each city now, but you still get like these random non-city provinces. Okay, maybe it's good to know that I will produce more iron and more fuel than average, maybe. Anyway, what I was thinking was even starting to develop factories in this random non-city province with food, because Christchurch is soon level 4 industry, and then I save up 10,000 money. Now we're starting to get up to very expensive levels. 3,500 rares, almost 4,000 oil, almost 3,000 metal. So building level 5 industry is quite expensive. You don't want to lose towns like these. Maybe I should put an infantry garrison here in case someone decides to send a long distance invasion sabotage force. Talking about long distance invasions, here is my, this is Haiti, isn't it? Or is it Tahiti? That is bad. I should know this. I should know this. Sorry. Let's call it Papiti. Man, let's Google that until tomorrow. Tahiti, Haiti. Had they removed the Easter Islands, or wasn't there an island out here, the Easter Islands? Is that removed? Maybe I'm mistaken. Anyway, here's another UC food province. I decided to grab it before any South American human player nation can grab it. And maybe I'll build some sort of naval base here and keep an eye out for, I guess, a defensive. Okay, seems to be many human nations in South America. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is kind of good though, because they cannot group up and become a powerful coalition, can they? In this free-for-all, there are no coalitions, so they will have to fight each other, which leaves me with only one human nation. Oh, Communist China seems to be a human. Okay, maybe these guys will be fighting soon. Japan is... oh, maybe Korea has invaded Japan. I don't know. But anyway, I am... oh, look, they are expand... Philippines? Borneo? Philippines? Oh, is Philippines human? Oh, it would appear so. It would appear so. And they're going south. That's not good. So I really should check out for some sort of perimeter defensive base here. Yeah. I'm feeling the spread out problem here. I have a small battleship squadron here running around killing off what remains. So as you can tell, these island possessions here are now undefended because my battleship has taken care of them, and I just have a very damaged infantry unit going up and scooping them up for me. They are not important. They only give a little bit of money and a little bit of manpower, but obviously I want to control them. Yeah, I even decided apparently to build, oh yeah, industry in a food province up here, Luganville. I haven't really decided what to do about this island area here. Maybe Port Moresby, which is food, will be my like northern base that I build up and defend, and because it's in a larger land area, and I just leave these as resource production islands. This bomber here is a strategic bomber that the AI built, so apparently the AI build troops, and it has a naval ship attack value of 1, which is not too shabby considering how in real life worthless B-17s were at attacking shipping. But it means that my submarine here and 9 infantry takes 4 hours or something to land. I don't want to land on the main capital and then de-embark and invade. I'm gonna invade the airbase island and kill this off first. How much damage will I take while he keeps bombing me? I don't know, but I don't want to wait for my battleship to get up here. So I'm just gonna take the losses to keep up the pressure up here in this area. Maybe I should even split this unit into 2 stacks. I don't know. And my last battleship is down here cleaning out Hobart. I think there's an infantry sitting down here out of sight. And then this area doesn't have well, over here we have a lot of coastal provinces that I can bombard. So I suppose this battleship will go over to Western Australia along with, and just try to clean out the coastal towns here. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So I have waited with invading Queensland. I kind of plan to do it live in this video, but I'm a bit uncertain if I'm doing the right thing here. They have 2 towns up here, 3 along the coast, which is super nice for this battleship, just going along bombarding. I think it will damage the potential constructions. Like here's one unknown building, no building. Okay, but I don't care that much about that. It's okay if it's eliminated. It's kind of cheap to build it up again. So all in all, I am quite happy with the progress of the New Zealand Empire. I am behind 3 other players: China, Africa, South Africa, and Northwest USA. But I'm on 4th place point-wise. It was more of a problem starting isolated like this in the earlier versions, because you would eventually, if you advanced all the way up here, you would be far away from your capital, and that would mean lower production and lower morale in your provinces. But now with the propaganda office, I think it's going to be easier to have far-flung, long-distance empires, which is a good change, a very good change, I have to say. Makes it more viable to play an island nation like this. And of course, you're kind of safe from early overrun and invasions, which I never felt was that important of an advantage. But that is the opposite advantage of the disadvantage of a far off. Because as you know, you gain more production and morale in your provinces when you're close to your capital. I even considered moving my capital over here to mainland Australia eventually, but we'll see about that. Not now. Okay. Hello viewer, hope you enjoy the stream. And that is it for day 4 of New Zealand, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and have a good day. Bye for now.